What key economic indicators are you using to stay ahead? I mean, what do you use? How do you measure the economy at large to make sure you're staying ahead? What are a couple of big important numbers that you guys like to watch? Whether it's, I don't care, the market, the unemployment rate, you only read ITR, you get a report from your OEM, but a good economic indicator that's pretty neutral. What do you use? What do you watch? What are the numbers? What do you read? Because you guys are smart. I think people would want to know that.
Yeah, we've been tracking the new warehouse construction starts, and it's been trending downward, which tells us that there is a lot of supply out there and not enough demand. And so we're looking at vacancy rates, and those are ticking up, which again aligns with a lot of space out there and supply outpacing demand. We do expect that to shift somewhat. We think that there was an overswing coming out of COVID where people just overbuilt and overbought warehouse capacity, and we think that has been absorbed somewhat. So that's one of the indicators that we're looking at. E-commerce growth, the percentage of e-commerce as a percentage of total retail sales continues to tick up. And so, the e-commerce warehouse involves a different operation than a traditional distribution center. And so that offers more opportunity for us as a automation integrator than traditional kind of distribution centers with B2B.
Is there general kind of consumer reporting that you look at all? Anything just in the economy in general, like unemployment rate or anything like that you're keeping an eye on closely? Or those are really the key numbers for you?
Well, the unemployment rate is going to give you an overall indication on the macroeconomy because once that thing ticks back up, then you're going to start to see GDP overall decline. That tends to be a leading indicator for the overall macro. Interest rates certainly play a role. So, the Fed just cut again. And so we hope that spurs a little more interest and maybe changes the formula so that there's more ROI to expand the supply chain. So that's something we keep an eye on. But I don't think it's any one indicator that's going to just lead to, the industry picking back up. I think that in general, this has been a year of wait and see. And we've had a lot of opportunities that the answer has just been not yet. And so the business case remains, but they just want to kind of kick the can to 2025. And so we're optimistic for next year and the year after that. But it's been a slower year than hoped.
Yeah. And what about you, Lori? What are some of the numbers that you look at to stay ahead?
I agree with you. I think it's a lot of different things that paint the picture of what the future is going to look like. And now that the Feds did lower the rate a little bit, we saw some activity. We actually saw some requoting start to happen. Not a lot of big movement. I don't think we're going to see it on large projects probably until after Q1 next year, because I think people are trying to get a feel for where they're at now. I mean, it's been a really slow year, and people were saving their money, not spending, and I think people are just waiting a little bit longer to see what the market's going to bring to them. I too follow real estate. I look, for instance, in Illinois, what the availability is. I don't believe e-commerce is growing at all. I actually do think brick and mortar in a lot of cases are coming back versus e-commerce. Seen a lot of that since the pandemic. So I don't know what that's going to play in for the future either.
A lot of the same, but I'll wear my industrial truck hat. We look at ITA, which is the numbers of trucks by majority of the major OEMs have to report. And it was this past year off anywhere from our market was almost off half from the previous year. But frankly, I'm looking forward to a normal year next year. We haven't had normal since 2019.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years of not being able to get equipment for years in some cases to now lead times are back in line. Inventory levels have built back up. Not necessarily a great thing, but in trying to, at the same time, the used equipment market has fallen off a cliff, just basic supply and demand.
Sure.
But I think next year things are going to really normalize because it really just this has been It's been a tough year in a lot of ways, but it's still, you got to keep it in perspective because it was still stronger than 2016, 2017, which at the time were record years. So
if you look at 2025, you're hoping 2025 is like 2019 numbers?
Yeah. I think the market itself will be, for ITA trucks, is going to be roughly the same. It's going to be flat. But I also think there'll be a better, because people have burned off all that used inventory, there'll be a truck market. Lead times are already normalized, in most cases normalized. So it'll be fun to actually be able to sell in an environment where you're not taking an order for trucks 2 years out and hoping that they honor that order 2 years from now. You know, it should be exciting. I'm looking forward to next year.
So if you're thinking about 2025, I'd like to ask each of you if you're planning on expanding your teams, keeping them the same, trying to gain efficiencies with AI, et cetera. What about you?
Yes.
Just both?
Yeah.
Expand your team and AI. Both.
I wouldn't say rapid expansion, but we have a few positions that we've just pumped the brakes on this year that we'd like to fill next year, but it's not going to be a full scale. We'll always hire technicians.
Yeah.
But good technicians are hard to come by, so if they're available, we're going to hire them. But, in terms of other positions within the company, on a limited basis, we'll add.
Yeah.
We're certainly going to try and be more efficient with AI and things like that. So.
Yeah. What about you two?
We're always looking for good talent, depending on the position, and it's not all going to come at once. Again, it's been a rough year, but we're really looking forward to adding to our team and doing new things. And it's been hard to find really good talent. So when good talent's out there, I'm not going to pass it up.
Yeah, we have aggressive growth plans. We are part of Young Heinrich, and we are tasked with capturing the North American market. So all the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And currently, we're really only in the United States. A few customers have taken us across the border to both other countries, but we really need to go and capture more market share throughout the entire continent. So we're going to expand regionally. We're going to hire people in places where we don't currently have people, where there's strong warehousing activity. So we're going to target experienced people in those areas, start with sales, and then support those centrally with project management and project coordination from our headquarters and our other largest office in Kansas City, and support them out of there. And then we're going to continue to look at acquisitions as well. So that's going to be part of our strategy moving forward, is acquire where it makes sense. If it offers some sort of vertical or horizontal integration where it offers a new technology or a new capability for our company, that's something that's going to be of interest to us.
An uptick for 2025, where the last few years have been so up and down, but 2025 feels like everybody is optimistic about where we're going as an industry and what the opportunities are.